Today we're going to clean this PlayStation 3 controller. It's really disgusting. So I'm going to show you guys how to disassemble and completely clean this thing. So the first thing you want to do is take out these 5 screws. They're just small Phillips heads and they're pretty easy to get out. So once you get all 5 of these out, put them off to the side and then slowly pull the controller apart, kind of wiggle it back and forth. Don't crank on it. Like, don't pull on as hard as you can. Just kind of wiggle it until it comes out, and then you should be able to push the triggers through. Pop it off just like that. Now the next thing we got to do is we got to get underneath the battery, because underneath the battery is another small screw that is holding the board to the front faceplate. Once again, just another small Phillips head. Pull that out, and then you can pull the board out. I learned that there's a few different models of the PS3 controller. This one happened to have the locking tabs, so I had to pop those off that were on that front faceplate itself. But then it should be able to just pull right out. Once again, don't crank on things. Slowly wiggle things until they pop off, especially small. Like the whole front thing is a ribbon cable on the PS3 controller, so you just gotta be careful you don't tear anything. Once you get everything off, then I just like to get a bucket of soap and water. The other thing too is there's the lights on the front of the faceplate that I popped off as well. But yeah, I like to get a bucket of soapy water and then just let everything soak for a couple minutes, because some of that gamer hand cheese is on there pretty thick. So I throw everything in there, like all the small plastic little bits, all the buttons and whatnot. Once everything soaks for a little bit, then I'm able to clean it. Obviously, you don't throw the motherboard in there with the ribbon cables. I clean all the electronic components with isopropyl alcohol, which I'll show that in a little bit. But once again, after everything sits and soaks, then I take a toothbrush and then I just go through and clean it all up. And toothbrushes work great to get into, especially on the edges, because once again, that's where the gamer cheese gets really glued in there. Sometimes it can like glue your controller shut. It's really disgusting. So, but yeah, toothbrushes work really, really great. And sometimes if something's really hard on there, I'll use a toothpick, or I have a scraper tool that I can get into some of the edges and scrape it off. But the toothbrush worked just fine for what I was doing here. So just rinse and repeat for literally all of this. I also like to have a towel next to me to dry everything off so my desk doesn't get super soaked. Now I'm going through and cleaning off the thumbsticks. There's a lot of gunk that gets underneath of them, so you try to want to clean that up as well. I clean the tops and kind of the sides and underneath and whatnot. So thumbsticks are relatively cheap, but these ones were still in great shape, so I just like, you know what, I'll just clean them off and reuse them. So clean off all the sponges. Those you could use isopropyl alcohol if you wanted, but well, I just chucked them in there, why not? And then the D-pad, getting in the D-pad, toothbrush works great. More sponges. And then all the little buttons. I don't show me doing every button because they're all about the same. Then here's me cleaning the board with isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip. Cleaning up all the contactors. And then where the board and the ribbon cable meet, that's kind of finicky, so I clean that too. I've had issues before where like a controller works fine, I'll take it apart and clean it and then put it back together, and then it doesn't work because of the contactors. So sometimes I'll have to scrape if there's gunk on the contactors between the ribbon cable and the board. So I don't know, sometimes it's kind of a pain, but for the most part it usually works. So yeah, then you just put everything back together. All the buttons have like different notches and stuff, so you can't put them in the wrong spots, which is nice. And you get the sponges back on. Make sure it's. I found it easier to put the oh, don't forget the lights. Put the lights back in too. But I found it easier to put in the R1 and L1 buttons before you put the board in. Obviously, I didn't do it here, but I would recommend doing that. Once you get everything to slid back in, once again, don't force things into position. Let them slide in, and you can use a little bit of force, but don't forget the screw underneath the battery. Then you can put it all back together, and just like that, that is your PlayStation 3 teardown and cleaning and putting it all back together. And once you get the case sitting good, put all the screws back in, and you should be good to go. But that's it. You can clean your controllers. Anybody can do it. I'd recommend it because they get really gross. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.